beginning to confess that they brought in all these people to fight a war. Should Jonathan win? Is in the open. Who pressured Jonathan to concede? The US ambassador to Nigeria then. I was live on Radio Biafra telling the whole world what was happening. I told you about how many votes they will rig the election. I told you Jonathan will lose. And as I was telling you, I told that America is in Aso Rock pressuring Jonathan to concede under Obama. Today, the same thing Obama did in Libya. The zoo called Nigeria is heading towards the scenario you have in Libya and is on autopilot. Not even, it has lost brake. The brake has failed. It's like a wild express train on a track to destruction. The brakes are no longer working. There is nothing you will do now to save Nigeria. Is gone. The only other option you have is orderly disintegration. Orderly. All of you shouting your restructuring and all that rubbish, channel all that energy now into dissolving the zoo that Britain put together and hand it over to the Janjaweed. That is the only way you can survive, because they know if power leaves the north and comes to the south in 2023, they know they are finished. They are gone, because there will be policy decisions made that will reverse all the damages they have done and entrench in position, should I say, systems, checks and balances that will ensure that Fulani hegemony can never ever rear its ugly head up again. They know that. They have barely 2 more years to go. And they won't give up now. They know that if power leaves the north in 2023 and comes to the south, it's over, it's game over for them. Because they know that Southerners are intelligent. They know that all they need to do is to build structures. That's all. Institutions, and that will checkmate them forever and ever. And they know that it's only under the late dead Buhari, because Buhari is dead. It doesn't matter what you say, what you think, the idiot is dead. That is why nobody can speak when they're killing you. The old Buhari, anybody who is old enough to know the old Buhari, you will know he cannot keep quiet and such mayhem will be happening. It's impossible. That goes to show that some of you don't even know who Buhari is. You don't know him. A man that went to London and said that all of you are fantastically corrupt. He did not miss words. Is he the one who is going to keep quiet and there are abductions and mayhem every blessed day? Hey, I don't know the type of God that made you people. You cannot reason very well. I'm very, very sorry to say. This is a live presentation. The time now is approximately, I believe it is 12 minutes. 12 minutes to 8 p.m. in the blessed land of Biafra. We are live and we are direct. We are teaching. It's a lecture series to let people understand what awaits them. They took over your land from you. They took over Hausa land. You learned nothing from it. They started coming. They took Gwari land, nothing. They took the land of the Bachama. They took Birom land. They took part of TV land. Everything. They took Kanuri land. Nobody said anything. Every land in the zoo they want to occupy. And the funniest thing is that the more they take people's land, the more those who are yet to be conquered are just there looking like people who are hypnotized. Hypnotized out of stupidity and ignorance, that they do nothing about their plight until it is too late. When it is too late now, they start jumping all over the place, trying to rectify it. Something that they themselves cannot do. Everybody in the zoo now is aware. This is according to a Janjaweed publication, Premium Times. We brought in Fulani from Mali, from Sierra Leone, from Senegal, and others to win 2015 election. Kawu Baraje said. And after rigging the election for them and killing on their behalf, they refused to leave. This tells you 2 critical things about the Fulani in Nigeria. One, Fulani doesn't have the numbers to fight. That's number one. And number two, they always get other people to do their dirty work for them. Always getting other people to do their dirty work for them. The same way they're using Hopu Sadman to do his own dirty work. Using Wike to do it. Using one hotel building idiot, a criminal that calls himself a freedom fighter, to do their bidding. Fulani will always use you. They claim they are in the majority, but they had to go and import terrorists from across West Africa in order to rig election. For the now late dead Buhari, that his skeletons are in the hot desert of Saudi Arabia. All of you are aware. And what astonishes me is Why is it that black people have this mentality? You sit down there, and you do nothing. Absolutely nothing until it is too late, until you are conquered, until you are taken. Now you start running all over the place, asking for help from all over the world. Did they start their killings today? The answer is no. Go and read the history of Benue Plateau. Read the history of the Middle Belt. You will see that the subjugation of the majority indigenous people have been ongoing from day one. Using the House of Fulani. All of you are there watching, doing nothing. No, if you no. Look at Igbo man is there. Look at the East. Can't you see them? Biafra. Do you want Biafra to come? That was how they even deceived my Yoruba brothers and sisters. They deceived them completely. Look at as educated as Yoruba people are. Fulani Nachinama, cattle rearers deceived them, telling them that if you fight an Igbo man, we'll have a better life. Not knowing that they were setting up the Yoruba for conquest. Today, they're in Yoruba forests, sending them on exile. Out of Yoruba land. They are refugees in Benin Republic. Today, they're in Ondo Forest. They have refused to move. They are from abroad, though. That was why when they said that these people killing all of us are from abroad, they knew what they were saying. Let me have some water. They knew what they were saying. This is Kawu Barajem. This man said he has traced he traced the origin of the current insecurity in Nigeria to the influx of Fulani. He said it is Premium Times is a Fulani newspaper. Before anybody will accuse us of bias. Do you see why Facebook doesn't want me to preach on their platform? They know we have opened the eyes of people. I got information this morning. Most of them saying before, oh, he's a rabble, he's a this, he's a... Today I am getting confirmation. A very important person called me and confessed and said that those who were against her before for supporting me, all of a sudden they're now calling her and telling her how wrong they were. These are people in Abuja, the so-called, the real hardened defulefus in Abuja. Now they are calling and saying, oh, please, if you see Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOB, you thank them. It's about time we key into what they're doing. We are the ones who are the fools. We've been wrong all along. They are the ones who have been right all these years. They brought in Fulani from across the Sahel to rig elections. All of you, we are watching, you did nothing. They brought in little kids from Niger. During the election, they brought in their cousins from Niger Republic to come into a so-called one Nigeria, to come and campaign for them. They brought them from Chad, from Niger, everywhere, to come and vote from Northern Cameroon. All of you were just there watching. As they were eating you up, you were shouting one Nigeria. They were eating you alive. You never knew the idiotic mess you were in. You were busy shouting one Nigeria, shouting one like a demented idiot. Look at where you are today. Those people they brought into your land, they have refused to go. And there is one thing that I find baffling. And I want people to consider, to sit down, to think about what I have to say now, please. Think about it very carefully. Since they brought in, by their own admission, they brought in these people from across the Sahel, I am asking them, since they brought them from across the Sahel, can somebody tell me how they came to be in possession of AK-47? But they were very clever, you see, very, very smart, very smart. Britain was advising them. Britain told them that your entry route into the heartland of the South is with your cattle. Don't call them. These are people they brought in to rig election for them. After the election, they have decided to settle them down. In order to justify their presence in your forest, they are now telling you that they are headsmen, that they belong to this, that they are pastoralists. Under Yetiala. Do you see how clever? They think they are clever. They never knew we would come. Fulani never envisaged that the likes of Nnamdi Kanu will ever emerge. They never in a million years. They thought that you can bribe anybody. You can buy anybody. Offer him a jet, give him money, tell him, promise him good life with his family, anywhere he wants. Promise him a house, mansion, oil well, anything he wants. Give him his money. After all, you can buy any woman. You can buy them. They are very weak. You can buy all of them. They never knew who we were. That I come from a line, I wouldn't call it royal, a line of nobility, where you have noble men that do not sell their conscience. If you knew my father, you would testify to what I'm telling you. Ask those that knew him, they will tell you who he is. Noble people, they do not compromise. Never. And then we came, or should I say, Chukwu Kikabiama determined that we should come at this time to save you. Not just to save Igbo people, not just to save Ibibio, not to save Efik alone, not to save Ejo, not to save Isoko, Urobo, Ishekiri, Igodomigodo. No, not at all. But to set free everybody trapped in the colonial enclave called Nigeria. Because as I told you 2 days ago, those ruling Nigeria now are not Nigerians. If I thought there's anything like, let us assume there is something called Nigeria that Britain created. The people in charge now are not Nigerians. They are not indigenous to the land. They do not have a home. They have no home address. If you ask them, where is your home address? They don't have. They are nomads. If you don't know the meaning of nomad or nomadic life, go and Google it or look for your dictionary. That was why Jonathan set up nomadic education. Nomads means people that wander, wandering people. They don't stay in one place. They keep moving all over the place. Abraham in the Bible, that begot all of us, was a nomad. Until at a time, Elohim said to him, you should stop moving about all over the place. You have to stay in one place. But these people are still one of the few primitive tribes in the world moving their livestock from one place to another. So anywhere night comes is home. I want ethnic nationalities in Nigeria to understand the mess they are in. Some of you have no idea the type of the state of hopelessness you're in. I am here to remind you of it. And you may not act upon it, but try to tell your children what you've heard on Radio Biafra. So in the future, as their mother is being raped or their sister abducted, they'll say, oh, daddy, remember that thing you told us you heard on Radio Biafra? That is why we preach this gospel the way we do. They came from Sierra Leone, from Mali, from Senegal, from Chad, because Fulani in Nigeria hasn't got the numbers to fight. The reason why Southerners have not been attacked in the North, allow me to repeat, the only reason why Southerners have not been attacked in the North is because poor Hausa peasants that the Fulanis have ground into the dust. If you want to see poverty, go to Kanu. Go to Kanu State. You see what is poverty. This same downtrodden, because Fulani is a specialist in using people. They love to use people. These same people, they have traumatized their fathers, their grandfathers, every of their lineage going back 6 generations.